Hey everyone, it's fun around. My name is Jordan. This video will be for Wednesday's 2-game slate for WNBA. We have one game here that should be competitive, and we have another game here that you probably should stay away from. But let's talk about it. You will see images that come up on the screen right here. This is from a data app called Outlier. There will be a link in the description for a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So let's talk about the game that should be competitive. The Liberty versus the Valkyries. The Valkyries are 8.5-point favorites. They've actually been a pretty tough team to play against this season once they got things going as a group. I know they've had a lot of people go over to Europe as of late, but they still have been pretty competitive. They've hit their spread in 7 of the last 9 games. So that 8.5 points, I feel pretty good about it, especially with the injuries the Liberty are facing and may be facing. So Sabrina Ionescu is questionable for this one. That's why you might see Natasha Cloud's lines pretty high. And then Jonquel Jones is out for this one. So she's big defensively for the Liberty. So the bigs there have a much better matchup there. So that hurts them defensively, and I think gives Valkyries a really good chance here to be competitive, and I'll take the 8.5 points any day. First prop that I found is going to be Kayla Thornton of the Valkyrie, over 1.5 3-pointers made at minus 165. I know you're thinking minus 165. Oh, that sucks. I'm just going to start putting plays that I see are good plays, whether the odds are, single bet worthy or not, because I know a lot of people parlay these. So I think it's definitely parlay worthy. I wouldn't single bet this one. But you see the consistency there at the end of this season so far. Things weren't going so well, but she is definitely heated up from the 3-point line. She is 1 for 2 on this line against the Liberty, but that was earlier on in the year. They played kind of like a back-to-back against each other, where they got blown out completely against them, and then they actually came back and put up a good fight the second time around. But the last 5 games, she's attempting 7.5 3-pointers a game, shooting at 38%. So I really like the volume there. I really like the way she's playing. And at home this year, she's hitting at 71% hit rate. So that's 5 out of 7 games at home, knocking down 2 threes. So I do really like Kayla Thornton here. And then the next play is going to be the backup for Jonquel Jones, and it's Nyara Sabally's sister. I believe her first name is pronounced Nyara Sabally, over 6.5 rebounds, minus 140. So the 4 games that you see on the screen are the 4 games without Jonquel Jones this year. So in her absence, she's gone over in 3 out of 4 games. She's averaging 8 rebounds a game with a median of 9 rebounds a game, doing a great job there. Should get a lot of minutes, and like I said, this should be pretty competitive. So especially if Sabrina Ionescu is ruled out, this definitely should be competitive, and she should get a lot of run and a lot of opportunities for rebounds. So I do like these two, and I do like that spread for the Valkyries. So if you guys could, please like the video. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, you can leave a comment for the algorithm. You just put a number or a letter like a W. And I want to shout out the app ProphetX. Now this is a exchange. It's like Fliff or Novig, a social sportsbook type where you're not going against ProphetX, you're going against other people. You can set your own lines if you want to and put in your own liquidity, and people can bet on those lines. And you can also get really good lines where people are putting their liquidity there. There's a lot of competition going back and forth, and you can get pretty decent lines. Promo code FINDAROUND11 and the link in the pinned comment or description will take you there. And with that, you'll get 1.5% back on every single bet you make, up to $200 for the first 30 days. So you just keep having money coming back into your account. So pretty sweet deal, and that is ProphetX. So this next game is the Sun at the Aces. The Aces have been kind of off this year, but they're still 16.5-point favorites. Marina Mabrey is going to be out for at least 2 weeks, it looks like. So the Sun were awful with her there, and now they're awful without her. So this is one I would say just stay away from. I wouldn't put any plays in a parlay because they could definitely just kill your parlay. Unless you're doing like a first quarter or a first half type of play, I would definitely stay away from this game. But I did find a prop earlier this year. They played each other, and the Aces blew out the Sun, and a prop hit. So I wanted to point out Jewell Loyd over 18.5 PRA at -118. So she hit this against him earlier this year. PRA line's lower than what her points line was last year. She's just really trying to figure things out with a new team, with being a number 2 or 3 option. It looks like she's starting to figure it out. You can see last 5 games she's gone over this line. Like I said, I'm afraid of that blowout, so I would completely just stay away from this, but she did hit in 20 minutes of play in that last time they played in a blowout. So yeah, I pretty much just wanted to point out how great she's playing. The matchup is great for all 3 categories for guards. I just feel like this line's pretty low for her, and she could definitely get it done. So if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. Hop on in there. You can talk about WNBA, baseball, all that good stuff. That is completely free. And then also in the pinned comment, I will put plays that I feel like are good value. I'm starting to get into that world of finding value type plays, and they're not always going to hit, but they're going to be near plus money or like really high plus money, like plus 160 type plays. I know for the recap, I did have like Alicia Gray for over 3+ 3-pointers, and it was like plus 160, and that's just a really good payout for the matchup that she had. She ended up only knocking down 2 of them, so it missed. But still, if you find good plays like that over and over again, eventually you're going to be in the green. Your record might just not look as good. So I'm going to be looking for stuff like that, and I'm going to put it in the pinned comment. I did have Elena Smith for over rebounds. That was like plus 140-ish, and I gave the reasoning why. And I had Rakia Jackson for 3-pointers made and the reasoning why, and the pinned comment ones missed last video. But in the video, I did have Ariel Atkins for over 13.5 points. She hooked right at the end of the game when they were fouling, and she could have got some free throws. She fouls out and ends up hooking. Sonia Citron over 2 turnovers. She ended up getting 2 turnovers. It wasn't looking too good going into halftime, but she got 2 turnovers to start off the third quarter. And then I had Ryan Howard over 9.5 rebounds, assists. She ended up with 8 rebounds, 0 assists. The Atlanta Dream looked awful offensively against the Sky, who is one of the worst teams in the WNBA. So I don't get it. But yeah, she got 8 rebounds, 0 assists. So I didn't watch the game, so I can't imagine how many blown assists she had. But yeah, this is WNBA, guys. You're betting on the WNBA. And then right now, Ogumake started off hot. We'll see if she can finish off that. So that's the recap. Like I said, check the pinned comment. If you're not into, definitely don't parlay stuff that's like plus 160. That's why I don't put a lot of stuff like that in the videos, because people, I don't know why. They just feel like they have to parlay everything inside of a video they see on YouTube, and they don't think about it. Like this plus 160, the odds are against it hitting. The matchup can be great and everything, but if you parlay it, that could be the one leg that ruins your parlay. I mean, but still, on the other side of things, minus 180s and stuff like that aren't necessarily guaranteed to hit. So you do you when it comes to betting, but I'm just going to keep making these videos and keep pointing out good opportunities. The WNBA has been off and on, not much consistency, so I'm just trying to find the best I can for the best matchups and opportunities based off like injuries and stuff like that. So I'm going to get this one edited and get it out to you all. God bless you. It's a fun round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.